Good afternoon, everyone. We're Team HarMoney, and we are here to make recommendations on fundraising techniques to the music department. Here with me, I have Matthew Schwartz, who's going to talk to you a little bit about our primary research, collection, and analysis. I have Joe Blasinger, who's going to give you a little bit of what we find in our secondary research, and Cutter Runty, who will provide you with our findings, conclusions, and recommendations. As I said, my name is Alex, and I'm going to give you a brief overview on the problem we encountered in this project. So the music department is expanding in the university, but is finding it difficult to raise funds for the programs it offers. So they expressed a need for better fundraising techniques. A well-funded music department is very important for the growth of the university. So this issue is an ongoing issue that needs to be addressed immediately. Once this problem is resolved, the music department will be able to buy new uniforms for their bands and groups. They will be able to perform, create more concerts, and they will also be able to buy better instruments or new instruments. So as I said, an increase in funds will allow the music department to increase exposure, increase awareness, and also increase their advertising campaigns. Now I'll pass it on to Matt, who's going to provide you with our primary research.
Good afternoon. As Alex told you, my name is Matt Schwartz, and I'll be talking to you about our primary research. To start off, we conducted surveys consisting of questions that we found most significant and informative for the fundraising aspect of the music department. That consisted of a chosen population of 6,500 people, and we had a sample size of 160 surveys, 145 of which were valid and 15 were invalid. The way we decided if they were considered invalid was if they had 3 or more unanswered questions on the survey. And on this survey, we had questions that were similar to what kind of event would you be more willing to attend, and how much would you be willing to pay for an admissions ticket to this event. After completion of the surveys, we distributed them among our group, 40 to each person, and from there we found our response numbers. Through these surveys, we found that the awareness is there. What needs to be done, expanded upon, is more of the advertisement and for each event. And we found that students were most willing to attend a concert if they were to attend any event, and they would be willing to pay $1 to $5 for the admission to this event. We also brought up a question of if the students were willing to pay an extra $1 on their tuition that would be donated to the music department, and unfortunately they said that they were not willing to pay that extra $1. So next I will be passing it off to Jill for our secondary research.
Hi, I'm Jill, and I'll be talking about the secondary research. There was a survey conducted in 2002 on the top 25 liberal arts schools. According to the U.S. News and World Report rankings, the purpose of this survey was to determine the role of volunteers on fundraising. They found that the most common practices were appointing alumni as memorial chairs and class agents, and the way this works is by appointing one person for each graduating class that is in charge of collecting donations and gifts, and like the class agent will go to businesses, important individuals in the community, and ask for donations, and the memorial chair pretty much does the same thing, except they ask for donations and gifts in the name of somebody who is important to the music department. The donation is used as a memorial. The survey showed that there's a positive relationship between the amount of class agents, memorial chairs, and alumni participation in volunteering for fundraising events. We also looked at the website for music departments at universities such as Southwestern University and UT. and we found that they all had a link for donations on the music department website. Some of them just had a link that provided information about who they could contact to make donations, or what they needed donations for and what they'd be used for, while others had a link where they could make direct donations by paying through credit card or check numbers. Another interesting thing that UT had on their website for the donations was they had a search tool where you could type in your employer, and it would tell you if your employer matches your charitable donations, and if they do, you could request that to the school and they would contact your employer for you. And now I'll hand it over to Cutter.
As Jill said, I'm Cutter. I'm going to talk about some of the findings and conclusions and recommendations that we discovered as a group. First off, going to talk about the students, faculty, and staff are most willing to donate between $1 and $5, according to our research. Unfortunately, students are not willing to pay that extra $1 added onto their tuition to help out the music department. Next, we tried to ask which price range the tickets should be held at, and we got the best response from tickets ranging between $1 and $5 as an entry fee to those concerts. The events that people would be most willing to attend, obviously, would be shows. The car wash didn't do as well as I had planned it would, but that's okay, I guess. Going on to our secondary research now. Schools such as Southwestern University and the University of Texas had direct links that would take them to the music department's homepage off of the school's main website. Next, our contacting alumni proved very, very efficient as far as fundraising techniques went. Electing an agent or a chairperson to run the entire fundraising techniques throughout the department helped really keep it organized, and it proved to be efficient also. Social media post was a big plus. Facebook, as well as their Twitter, Instagram, however you want to put it, those things all contributed to more attendance to each event. Going on to our recommendations now. We recommend that you need to start instituting as many shows and concerts as possible. We really got positive feedback whenever we got these results in. It's going to increase exposure and opportunities. The way that we thought would be best is that admission fees should be implemented at each concert, and those admission fees should be held between $1 and $5. Next, a direct web link for donations should be put on the music department's homepage. On this web link, there should also be instructions, on how to do, how to make these donations online or to the music department in person. And the way that you can do that is go and talk to the IT department here on campus, and they can probably help you design that. Next, we'll be talking about class agents appointed for the graduating classes. They should be appointed for each year, actually, instead of just one for each group as a whole. Just one sophomore, one junior, senior, freshman, however you want to do it. And our last recommendation would be to elect a memorial chair. This can be created so the music department can ask for donations in the name of an important person within that music department. That being said, that wraps up our recommendations. I'm going to hand it back to Alex now to close up the presentation.
All right, just to recap what we went over today, Matt gave you a little bit on our primary research analysis and collection and analysis. Jude talked about what we find in other universities, our secondary research. And then Cutter provided you with our findings and conclusions in recommendations. And just to reinstate, our main recommendation would be, as Cutter said, to create a direct web page of the music department and put in that direct web page a direct web link for donations. So just to finish off, I'd like to thank Joey for being here today and for giving us the opportunity to work on this project in the name of Team HarMoney. And do y'all have any questions?